Today in NHL 24, I'm going to be simulating a season mode where every single team makes the Stanley Cup playoffs. So the way we're going to be doing this, we're going to be simulating an entire season to determine the seeding for the 32-team playoff. We're just going to scroll here to the end of the NHL season and go from there. Alright, we have reached the end of the season. The Florida Panthers went 45-31-6. The Toronto Maple Leafs won the President's Trophy, getting 133 points. They finished 65-14-3. Tampa Bay in second with 122 points, 57-17-8. Edmonton third, 52-26-4. New York in fourth, 50-25-7. And Colorado in fifth, 48-24-10. The rest of the seeding: Ottawa finishes in 6th, New Jersey in 7th, Vegas in 8th, LA in 9th, Dallas in 10th, Florida in 11th, Vancouver in 12th, Minnesota 13th, Pittsburgh 14th, Carolina in 15th, 16th goes to the Washington Capitals, 17th to the Boston Bruins, 18th to the Winnipeg Jets, 19th to Seattle, 20th goes to the Columbus Blue Jackets, 21st to the St. Louis Blues, 22nd to the Montreal Canadiens, 23rd to the New York Islanders, 24th to the Buffalo Sabres, Calgary in 25th, 26th going to the Detroit Red Wings, Nashville finishes out 27th, 28th to the Arizona Coyotes, Anaheim in 29th, Philadelphia in 30th, 31st going to the San Jose Sharks, and taking up the rear were the Chicago Blackhawks, 26-49-7. The league's points leader was Austin Matthews. He put up a 74-goal season, 44 assists alongside that with 118 points. Steven Stamkos with 43, 70 assists for 113 points. William Nylander 30 goals, 83 assists, 113 points. Nikita Kucherov 47 goals, 65 assists, 112 points. And Jason Robertson 48 goals, 62 assists, and 110 points. Toronto has a powerhouse in this season. Matthews had 20 more goals than the second leading goal scorer, which was Nathan MacKinnon with 54. Goaltending-wise, Ilya Samsonov goes 47-9-2 for 5 shutouts. One hell of a season for him. Thatcher Demko 40-23-3 for 6 shutouts. Stuart Skinner 37-19-4 for 5 shutouts. Jake Ottinger 36-24-3 for 7 shutouts. And Jonas Korpisalo 36-21-3 for 3 shutouts. Now for the big reveal to see what this playoff format looks like. Alright, so in the Western Conference, it is Edmonton facing off against San Jose, Vancouver facing off against Seattle, Vegas facing off against Anaheim, LA facing off against Calgary, Colorado facing off against Chicago, Winnipeg facing off against St. Louis, Dallas facing off against Arizona, and Minnesota facing off against Nashville. Meanwhile, in the Eastern Conference, it's Toronto facing off against Detroit, Florida versus Boston, Tampa Bay versus Buffalo, Ottawa versus Montreal, New York Rangers versus the Philadelphia Flyers, Carolina Hurricanes versus the Washington Capitals, New Jersey Devils versus the New York Islanders, and the Pittsburgh Penguins face off against the Columbus Blue Jackets. So with that out of the way, let's officially get this video started. Who will win the Stanley Cup? So we're going to simulate round by round like we usually do. Alright, so let's see if the Florida Panthers will knock off Boston in round 1. And the Florida Panthers make quick work of the Boston Bruins. They sweep them. They will face Toronto in the second round. We'll take a look at the victors of round 1. San Jose, the 8th seed, knocks off Edmonton 4-2. Vancouver loses to Seattle 4-2. Vegas loses to Anaheim 4-1. LA beats Calgary 4-1. Colorado beats Chicago 4-3. Winnipeg over St. Louis 4-1, Dallas beating Arizona 4-1, and Minnesota beating Nashville 4-1. A lot of shockers in the round of 32. Edmonton out and Vancouver is out, and so are the Vegas Golden Knights. Now let's take a look at the Eastern Conference. Over in the East, Toronto makes quick work of Detroit. They win 4-2. Florida sweeps Boston. Tampa Bay over Buffalo in 7. Ottawa beats Montreal in 4. In 5 games, the Rangers beat Philadelphia. Carolina loses to Washington 4-2. New Jersey sweeps the Islanders, and the Columbus Blue Jackets move on past Pittsburgh, winning their series 4-1. And the round of 16 consists of the Toronto Maple Leafs facing off against the Florida Panthers, Tampa Bay Lightning over the Ottawa Senators, New York Rangers versus the Washington Capitals, and the New Jersey Devils facing off against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Over in the Western Conference, it's San Jose facing off against Seattle, Anaheim facing off against the Los Angeles Kings, Colorado facing off against Winnipeg, and Dallas facing off against Minnesota. With that, let's simulate to the quarterfinals. Can Florida knock off the President's Trophy winning Toronto Maple Leafs in round 2? Let's find out. And the Florida Panthers are going to fall to the Toronto Maple Leafs in 7 games. Toronto will move on. The winners in the round of 16, Seattle knocks off San Jose in 7. LA beats Anaheim in 7. Winnipeg beats Colorado in 7. And Minnesota beating Dallas in 7. Over in the Eastern Conference, Toronto beating Florida 4-3. Tampa Bay beating Ottawa 4-3. Washington beating New York Rangers 4-3, and the Columbus Blue Jackets moving on, beating New Jersey 4-2. The quarterfinal matchups consist of the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Tampa Bay Lightning, the Washington Capitals and the Columbus Blue Jackets. Over in the West, we have Seattle facing off against the Los Angeles Kings and Winnipeg facing off against the Minnesota Wild, who will make it to the semifinals. Alright, the victors in the quarterfinals. LA beats Seattle, Winnipeg beats Minnesota, and Toronto falls to Tampa Bay 4-1, and Washington beats Columbus 4-2. The semifinals for a trip to the Stanley Cup Finals, the Tampa Bay Lightning versus the Washington Capitals in the Eastern Conference. And over in the Western Conference, it's Los Angeles Kings and the Winnipeg Jets. And the Stanley Cup Finals are set. Winnipeg beats LA 4-1. And over in the East, it was a 7-game series between the Lightning and Washington Capitals. The Tampa Bay Lightning move on. It will be Tampa Bay versus Winnipeg in the Stanley Cup Final. Let's go ahead and jump into a playoff mode so we can watch it live. Alright, here we are in the playoff mode. Let's go ahead and simulate Game 1, Winnipeg, Tampa Bay. After the first period of Game 1, it is 1-1. After the second period, it's 3-1 Winnipeg. And the Tampa Bay Lightning will fall in Game 1. They will lose 3-2. Here we are in Game 2. First period, 3-2 Winnipeg. Second period gone by, 3-2 Winnipeg. Still, can Tampa Bay claw their way back in this thing, or will Winnipeg take a 2-0 series lead headed to Winnipeg? It is now tied 3-3, but Winnipeg answers back 4-3, 12 minutes left. Tampa to the power play. Under 5 to go. Can Tampa Bay tie it? They cannot. Winnipeg with a 2-0 series lead over the Tampa Bay Lightning. 2-0 series lead for the Jets entering game number 3. Let's see what happens. 1-0 Tampa after the first period. Second period, 2-1 Winnipeg. Can Tampa Bay claw their way back in, or will Winnipeg go and advance to a 3-0 series lead and have a stranglehold on the series in Game 4? Not looking so hot. The Winnipeg Jets are going to hold on, and they will win Game 3, and they have a stranglehold on the series. Tampa Bay down 3-0. Can they claw their way back in, or will Winnipeg complete the sweep? First period, 2-0 Tampa. Second period, 3-0 Tampa. Can Winnipeg tie it up? Can Winnipeg claw their way back in here in the third period, or will Tampa Bay force a Game 5? Under the 5-minute mark, Tampa Bay is going to hold on. They get the insurance marker and even more, 5-0. They will win 5-0 in game number 4. They force Game 5 back in Tampa Bay. First period down 1-0 Winnipeg. Second period 4-2 Winnipeg. Will jump in with 5 minutes left, no matter the score. Tampa Bay ties it. They tie it. Tampa Bay ties the game. Winnipeg gets one back. It's 5-4, 10 minutes to go. 6-4 now. Not looking so hot for the Tampa Bay Lightning. 7-4. Onslaught continues. Pause the game. It's 8-4. This game is over. Let's jump in. Winnipeg, a third period onslaught, up 8-4. The 32-team playoff is going to go to the Winnipeg Jets. We're going to watch these final 20 seconds. Steven Stamkos brings it in, back to Nick Paul. Paul to Sherry, up to Hedman in front, save Hellebuyck. Stamkos with the rebound, stopped by Hellebuyck again. Scheifele steals it, under 10 to go. Kyle Connor with it now, stolen away by Sherry. 4 seconds left. The Tampa Bay Lightning are going to lose the Stanley Cup to the Winnipeg Jets. And the Winnipeg Jets, first time in their history, are Stanley Cup champions. Conn Smythe goes to Kyle Connor. Adam Lowry will claim it for the Winnipeg Jets, and they are officially Stanley Cup champions, and they win the 32-team NHL playoff. So thank you guys all so very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Go ahead and leave a like, subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I will not force you to. That's going to do it for today, though. Thank you guys all so very much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.